Hello everyone, it is Monday night, July 8th, just after 11:30 p.m. and welcome into tonight's video weather discussion where we are going to have an update on the remnants of Hurricane Beryl that is now moving through the southern Mississippi Valley. And the remnants of this hurricane will move up into our region as we head through the night, through the day on Tuesday, into Tuesday night, and even into early Wednesday morning. And these hurricane remnants are going to bring multiple forms of weather across the state over the next day and a half. That includes some heavy rainfall, flooding potential, severe thunderstorm potential, and the potential for some gusty winds as well. And these four things are typically what we would see with remnants of tropical cyclones across the region. So, this is not rare, it's not unusual. On the other hand, we don't usually see tropical remnants every year. It's usually every couple of years we tend to get them up into our region, and it just so happens the remnants of Hurricane Beryl, like I said, are going to be moving up into our area, starting to affect the state as we head overnight tonight and all the way through the early portion of Tuesday. So kicking things off here tonight, we are starting off with a wide view of the radar here across the central United States, and there's a couple of things going on. We have seen some showers and thunderstorms across portions of the state today. That was associated with a storm system and a trough that's been moving through the region. That brought some showers and thunderstorms for some areas yesterday on Sunday, and that same trough and storm system moving through the region brought some showers and thunderstorms to the state today as well. Most of that has not been associated with the tropical cyclone remnants yet. However, off at the bottom of the screen here, you'll notice this nice curl, this nice swirl. You could actually see it curling here and swirling on the radar. That is what is formerly known as Hurricane Beryl, and that is now moving through the Arklatex region here, that area of circulation moving right about there right now. And as we head through the overnight, through the day on Tuesday and into early Wednesday, we are expecting generally a track of this area, this storm system here, to kind of come up just kind of like that, roughly. So it is going to track across the region over the next day or two, and like I said, it is going to bring some heavy rainfall, flooding, severe weather, and windy conditions across portions of the state. And you can see all that rain here across the region. It is starting to move into parts of southern Illinois now. This rain falling down here is associated with those tropical remnants, so we are starting to see that rain just starting to try to push into southern Illinois now with those tropical remnants. But you can see the deeper green and yellows and oranges and reds. That's that heavier rainfall and flooding that has been occurring down here across the southern Mississippi Valley as we've moved through the day today. And like I said, this is all, as you can see here, lifting in a northerly and northeasterly direction, and will continue to do so as we go through the night. So kicking things off pretty much right now, we're going to take a look at a couple of our weather forecast models just to give you an idea of some of the things that we're seeing ongoing here. So once again, tonight, you can see that area of low pressure associated with the remnants of formerly Hurricane Beryl here, moving through the Arklatex region here, and you can see all that heavy rainfall that's occurring right now here tonight across this region. And you're going to notice here as I step forward into time here through the overnight hours tonight and into early Tuesday morning, you can see that rain and even a couple of thunderstorms here moving into southern Illinois. So it is going to be a rainy morning as we head into Tuesday morning across southern Illinois. Waking up tomorrow morning, that area of low pressure is going to be right around the Little Rock area of central Arkansas as we head into the morning here. And as we continue to press through the morning hours here and into the middle of the day, you can see that area of low pressure kind of lifts off in a northeasterly direction, getting into southeastern Missouri right around the midday, early afternoon hours here. And you can see all that heavy rainfall is mostly right along the track and to the north of the track of this storm system. And that is pretty much what we generally see with these remnant tropical cyclones. They kind of turn into, a standard storm system. Usually we kind of see a cold front that develops off of them, that area of low pressure here, and then we usually kind of see a warm frontal feature develop as well. And generally we get all of the heavier rainfall on the north side of the tropical cyclone, the remnant cyclones here, as this warm, moist air moves up and over top of that warm front. We usually get bandit heavier rainfall that develops on the north side of those remnant tropical cyclones here. And that activity continues to develop and constantly feeds in here on these remnant tropical cyclones. This is nothing out of the ordinary. This is usually the type of thing that we see, like I said, with these remnant tropical cyclones. The heaviest rainfall will be right along and north of the track of that remnant circulation as it moves through the region here through the day on Tuesday and into Tuesday night as well. Now, another thing we're going to have to watch for is severe weather potential, because another thing that we often see with these remnant tropical cyclones is we usually see some clearing and some destabilization occur immediately ahead of these tropical cyclones, kind of in the northeast, east, and southeastern quadrants. So we could be looking at a severe weather threat kind of in this corridor here tomorrow. It's looking fairly likely. Expecting maybe an isolated severe weather threat earlier in the day, and then as we head into the middle of the day during the afternoon and evening with the daytime heating, some destabilization, some clearing occurring, we are expecting, like I said, severe weather development to occur and affect generally this corridor here across the Ohio River Valley. And as you can see here, that does include parts of southern Illinois. Could be dealing with a severe weather threat as we head from Tuesday morning into early Tuesday night. And if we do see that severe weather activity, it would come in the form of damaging winds and a tornado threat as well. I've been checking some of the forecast soundings off of the weather model guidance here this evening, and it wouldn't be surprising if we could see, more pretty organized severe weather threat across these areas. Maybe even the potential, wouldn't rule out a strong tornado possibility as well as we head into tomorrow. So continuing on here from the midday and afternoon hours, you could see how that vigorous thunderstorm and likely what will be severe thunderstorm activity really gets going. Like I said, the northeast, eastern, and southeastern quadrants directly ahead of that remnant circulation, while we deal with the heaviest rainfall off further to the north as we head through the afternoon and into the evening hours here. And continuing into the evening hours and into Tuesday night, you can see that area of remnant low pressure here now in eastern Illinois. Still getting that very heavy rainfall now from southern Michigan through northeastern and central Illinois as we head into Tuesday night. And then as we head into early Wednesday morning, low pressure now moving into western Indiana here on this particular model. Heavy rainfall from northeastern down into central Illinois here. And then as we move into the middle of the day, you could see that disturbance, the former remnant hurricane, that area of low pressure really starts to weaken with it as it now moves off into Michigan and Ohio and exits the region. So with that said here, let's take a look at what we could be dealing with this storm system, because there is a lot to talk about. The first thing is heavy rainfall and flooding. Now, if you've been following along over the past day or so, we have been mentioning that the weather models have been in pretty big disagreement on the track of this remnant hurricane. The global forecast models like the GFS, the Canadian, the European model, and all their ensembles, most of that was further southeast with the track of the storm system. However, the higher resolution models, like the HRRR model, the NAM model, those models have been consistently further northwest. So what we've seen happen over the past 12 hours is the global models have also started to shift northwest, and now we are seeing much more agreement on the track of this remnant hurricane through the region. And because of that, we have seen a shift northward in the axis of heaviest potential rainfall and flooding potential. So now, as you can see here, from northeastern, extreme northeastern, down into much of central southern Illinois, we are expecting widespread heavy rainfall, anywhere from 1 to upwards of 4 inches of widespread total rainfall accumulation can be expected from anywhere from really now the Chicago metro area through much of the heart of central and southern Illinois. 1 to 4 inches of rainfall look likely. And then the heaviest corridor, the heaviest rainfall corridor, which could run from around the St. Louis area up into eastern Illinois, we could see locally rainfall amounts over 5 inches, not out of the possibility here of ranges here. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Very, very heavy rainfall. Going to be dealing with flooding concerns as well, because this rainfall is going to be a very tropical-like rainfall, very heavy rainfall due to the high moisture content in the atmosphere, because we're dealing with a former hurricane. So this is bringing all of the Gulf moisture up with it, not only at the lower levels, but in the mid to upper levels as well. So this is going to have a lot of moisture with it. This is going to be a very heavy and tropical rainfall for you folks that do see the rain out of this. Like I said, especially far northeastern, much of central, southern Illinois, going to be dealing with the potential of between 1 to 4 inches of rainfall, locally over 5 inches of rainfall for some areas, and we will without a doubt be dealing with some flooding issues across portions of the state. And once again, this is from early Tuesday through early Wednesday. Now, not only are we going to be dealing with heavy rainfall and flooding, but like I said, we will be dealing with the pretty much likelihood for some severe weather. Severe thunderstorm activity will be likely from Tuesday morning through early Tuesday night across parts of southern Illinois. As you can see here, we do have a level 1 to level 2 severe thunderstorm risk in place across much of southern Illinois. And once again, this is from early Tuesday morning to early Tuesday night. We are expecting at least isolated to widely scattered severe thunderstorms likely during that time frame. The main threats with this potential severe weather activity on Tuesday across southern Illinois, the main threats will be damaging winds as well as the potential for a few tornadoes as well. And as I said, the conditions are going to be favorable that I would not rule out the chance that we won't see maybe a strong tornado potential as well. So that is why we have included this hatching area. You see this area of little dotted lines here? This is what we call hatching. So in that corridor of hatching, if you look down at the legend here, that means we could see significant severe weather in this corridor. And if you look back off at the text graphic here, that means environmental conditions are favorable for maybe a strong tornado across that corridor here. Now, like I said, this is nothing unusual that we would see with a remnant tropical cyclone. We often see these cases where they do produce severe weather, damaging winds, tornado on the east and southeastern quadrant, and that is what we are expecting with the track of this tropical cyclone remnant circulation to kind of move up like this. So all of southern Illinois kind of falls in that eastern and southeastern quadrant. So once again, at least isolated to widely scattered severe thunderstorms likely across southern Illinois early Tuesday morning and early Tuesday night. Damaging winds and a few tornadoes possible. Wouldn't rule out an isolated strong tornado either. Now, it is possible as we move into tomorrow morning and we continue to gather more information, it is possible. I would not rule out the possibility of needing to upgrade to a level 3 risk somewhere across that corridor. That's going to be something we're watching for. Now, if the heavy rain, flooding, and severe weather potential isn't enough, we're also going to be looking at the potential for some gusty winds on the backside of the storm system. And that is because as the storm system is moving through, it is going to phase with a disturbance moving in out of the Midwest. And as it phases, things are going to come together for some gusty winds across portions of the state. So pretty much from northeastern down into parts of central and southern Illinois across this blue corridor, that is where we are expecting wind gusts upwards of 30 to 45 miles per hour from Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning. Like I said, gusty winds 30 to 45 miles per hour Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning from northeastern down into central and parts of southern Illinois here during that time frame. And it is possible we could see even some isolated, locally higher wind gusts over 45 miles per hour for some areas. So the remnants of Hurricane Beryl are going to bring, several modes of weather to the state, pretty much from overnight tonight all the way through the early portion of Wednesday. Like I said, we're going to be dealing with the potential of heavy rain, flooding, severe weather, and gusty winds. So with that said, let's check into the video chat here for tonight. See Deborah, Twisterman checking in, Amy wondering how much rain for the Chicago area. You're up around the O'Hare Airport area. There could be a fairly sharp cutoff in your neck of the woods out in the northwestern Chicago suburbs. It could quickly go from just a couple of tenths of rainfall all the way up to 1 to 2 inches of rainfall very quickly in your area. See someone else tuning in here from the Chicago area regarding flooding in the Chicago area. If things set up as they're starting to look, we definitely could see some flooding concerns with some heavy rainfall in at least the southern portion of the Chicago area. All right here, Don checking in from Oak Forest. You're going to get in on some of this heavy rainfall as well. Also, we have Mary checking in from Pike County. You could also pick up some of the rainfall with this remnant hurricane moving through as well, but it does look like at this point in time the heaviest of the rainfall may end up just south and east of the Pike County area, but you will get in on some rainfall around your area for sure. All right, here, continuing on, Logan wondering if it's going to be a hurricane or tropical storm. It's going to be a remnant, what is known as a remnant or post-tropical cyclone as it moves through our area. So it's not going to be a hurricane, not going to be a tropical storm in our area. That's just not how it works. It's much, much too far inland from any major water source. So as it moves through our region, it is going to be what is a post-tropical cyclone or a former tropical cyclone. That means it has lost tropical characteristics, but it does, still have some features that are similar to a tropical cyclone. Dawn, for your area, really depends. You could be close to a sharp cutoff as well, but at least 1 inch of rainfall, maybe more than that around your area as it looks at this point in time. Florentino checking in from Grundy County. Yes, you could pick up some of this heavy rainfall as it looks, could have a flooding potential right around your area as well. Continuing on here, I know we have someone tuning in from Bond County, Leslie, down in the Bond County area. Yep, you'll be right in the mix for this heavy rainfall as well down there across sort of south-central Illinois down there. Definitely could see a couple inches of rainfall and flooding concerns down around the Bond County area as well. Jake checking in from Naperville. Yes, you could pick up some of this heavy rainfall as well. Logan, it's going to be heavy rain, gusty winds, and then down across southern Illinois, there could be a severe weather threat as well. Severe weather threat as well down there across portions of southern Illinois. All right, here, continuing on, we have Bobby checking in from the Clark County area. That's down there, sort of eastern Illinois area. Yes, you are going to be running the chance of heavy rainfall as well, maybe a couple inches of rainfall, flooding potential as well. Severe weather threat will be cut off pretty close to your area. Wouldn't rule out an isolated severe weather threat on Tuesday, but the best chance will be off to your south. Darlene checking in from Springfield. Yes, definitely expecting a couple inches of rainfall and flooding potential around the Springfield area. So let's go over everything in summary now because we do have a lot going on here. Once again, the remnants of former Hurricane Beryl, which made landfall in Texas earlier this morning. The remnants will be moving into our region starting overnight tonight all the way through the first half of Wednesday. Going to be bringing heavy rainfall, flooding, severe weather, and gusty winds to portions of the state. Regarding the heavy rainfall, as you can see here on the map here, we are expecting several inches of heavy rainfall from northeastern down through much of central and southern Illinois. Widespread rainfall totals of 1 to 3 inches, maybe up to 4 inches likely. Locally over 5 inches, not out of the question. And you can see we are going to be dealing with flooding concerns across those areas as well. Also, we will be dealing with a severe weather threat from early Tuesday morning to early Tuesday night across southern Illinois. Level 1 to level 2 severe thunderstorm risk in place. That means isolated to widely scattered severe thunderstorms likely, once again, early Tuesday morning, early Tuesday night across southern Illinois. Damaging winds and a few tornadoes will be possible with that activity. Also, wouldn't rule out the chance of maybe a strong tornado being possible as well. And then from Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning, we could be dealing with gusty winds upwards of 30 to 45 miles per hour, maybe locally near 50 mile per hour wind gusts for some areas from northeastern down through a good chunk of central and into southern Illinois is when we're expecting those gusty winds to be occurring. Checking back in, Brendan checking in, wondering if the storm system could still move further north. Yes, we are starting to see better agreement within the weather model guidance, but there still is a small discrepancy. So we could still see this shift a little bit north, a little bit south. We will have one more update, one more forecast update tomorrow morning. Obviously, that's Tuesday morning, so definitely tune in for that, and we'll see if we have to make any changes to this forecast. But right now, this is all based on the current weather model guidance that we have at this point in time. Logan checking in, Will County, no, definitely no severe weather threat up there. You'll just be getting some rainfall around your area. So once again, remnants of Hurricane Beryl going to be moving through the area, impacting the state from overnight tonight through early Wednesday with heavy rainfall. Several inches of heavy rainfall across portions of the state. Some flooding will be a concern. Severe weather threat across southern Illinois for Tuesday, and then gusty winds across portions of the state from Tuesday and into Wednesday. So with that said, we'll go ahead and wrap up this discussion for tonight. We will be back on tomorrow morning, being Tuesday morning, for another full update here regarding the weather situation coming up over the next couple of days. But for now, everyone have a great rest of your Monday night.